guys, so today this tutorial is inspired by the fall colors you see outside. So I'm going to start off with my eyes today. I'm going to be using the Covergirl TruNaked palette in the Nudes shade. There's a bunch of different shades and I really do like the way these palettes are, especially for drugstore. My transition shade is going to be Fawn, and then I'm going to move on to working on the outer part of my eye, still working that into the crease with a little bit of a cool tone darker shade in the shade Cocoa. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be working this on the outside of my eye, kind of making that triangle shape and working it into the crease. To darken up that outer portion of my eye even more, I'm going to be mixing the colors Coffee and Sable. So these are the two darkest shades in the palette, and I'm first placing the product where I want it on the outer part, and then I'm going to blend it out because I find that the product comes out the best when you place it first, especially working with dark colors. So I'm just blending this out. I'm using a Sigma brush. I think it's the E25. I could be wrong. Moving on to the lid shade, I'm going to move to the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to be taking this burnt orange shade. I just sprayed my brush with a little bit of Evian water just to dampen the brush and to really work in that color, and it makes the color stand out a little bit more. So yeah, I'm just going to place this on my lid and really make sure that I don't get it into the crease. So I'm going to be a little bit more precise and careful when I get towards the crease because I don't want to put this in the crease. Then I'm just going to be taking the same brush that I used. I'm not picking up any extra product. I'm just using it to blend that orange and brown together so it looks a little bit less choppy. Going back to the Covergirl palette, I'm going to be taking the first shade in the palette, which is called Buff, and I'm going to be using this to highlight my brow bone and the inner corner of my eye. I'm going to be moving on to liner now. I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Black Gel Liner, and I'm using a little angled brush by Luxie, and I'm just going to be creating that cat eye wing. For lashes today, I'm using the Eyelure Dramatic Lashes in the style 210. I'm just going to be using the Duo Glue, and I'm just going to be using my fingers and tweezers to place these on. Look at the difference between having one lash done and the other one. One side looks so stupid. And now we're just going to do the other side. Now just coat your lashes in your favorite mascara. I'm using the Elizabeth Arden mascara just to blend my real lashes with the fake ones. I did already have my foundation done. I used the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 110, and I did already do my brows. So I'm moving on to concealer now. I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Light. I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes and in my T-zone with my finger, and then I'm going to be using my damp beauty blender to blend this out. Moving on to powder, I've been really loving this powder. It's the L'Oreal Hydra Perfect Loose Powder in Translucent, and I've been using it to bake underneath my eyes. So I'm using the same beauty blender that I used to blend out my concealer, so it is a little bit damp. So I'm just placing this as close to my lash line as possible underneath my eyes, and then I place it also where I put the concealer, but I try not to bake those areas. I just kind of place it and blend it into my skin. I only bake underneath my eyes. Moving on to contour, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette, and I'm just going to blend this out with a ABH Cosmetics brush. I have been really loving cream contouring lately. I feel like it does look quote unquote more natural. I mean, look at my face. Don't look natural, but as natural as you could get with the amount of makeup I have on my face. So I just like the way it looks better than the powder lately. So I've been really doing the cream contouring a lot. I'm just going to clean up my contour line using the same powder I used before and my beauty blender, and I'm just going to carve out that contour line to really make it sharp. For blush today, I'm going to be using another cream product. This is the NYX cream blush in the shade Natural, and I'm going to be taking a e.l.f. stippling brush and I'm going to use that to place it on my cheeks. Instead of putting it on the apples of my cheeks, I've been really focusing more on the back part of my face, if that makes sense. I find that it looks a little less clown-like when you put it back all the way where your contour is too, as opposed to just putting it on the apples of your cheeks. So yeah, I've been liking this a lot too. I'm just going to dust away that powder baking situation we got going on, and like I just said, I've been liking the cream contouring better, but I just felt like I wasn't bronzed enough, so I dipped into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Palette and just bronzed a little bit where the cream contour was. For highlight today, I'm using the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in Soft and Gentle, and I'm using my Anastasia highlighting brush. This has been my absolute go-to favorite highlighting brush. So I'm just going to use that on my cheekbones, a little bit on the temples of my forehead, and I'm going to highlight down the bridge of my nose and my cupid's bow. And I did feel like there wasn't enough highlight underneath my brow bone and inner corner, so I did add a little bit in there, so that way I did have a little bit extra pop. I'm going back to that burnt orange shade from the Morphe palette, and I'm just going to smoke this on my lower lash line. And then I'm also going to be taking the Estee Lauder Double Wear Eye Pencil in the shade Coffee, and I'm going to put this on my bottom waterline. And then I'm going back to the Covergirl palette, and I'm going to be taking that second shade we took, which was Cocoa, and I'm going to be taking this and smoking out the pencil on my waterline. So I'm going to be going as close to my lash line as possible, so that way I don't cover up all the orange I have underneath there as well. I'm just going to coat my bottom lashes with a layer of mascara, and then we're going to move on to lips. I'm using my Wet n Wild lip liner in the shade Chestnut, and then I'm going to be using my MAC lipstick in the shade Whirl. I find that these two go perfectly together. Like, this lip liner was made for this lipstick, and this lip liner is only like $2, $1. It's like so cheap and really, really good. But look, it's like perfect match. I love it. But I did feel that I wanted less of a matte look on my lips and more of a like glossy sheen look. So I did take my Smashbox lip gloss in the shade Rosette, I believe it's called. But yeah, this is the final look. I hope you really did enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.